Hello, dear students. We are going to start with our lesson number 4, that is operating system. I told you about operating system many times. In this chapter, we will have a brief description of operating system, its type, objectives, and its significance in computer system. So let's start with the chapter. Okay, what is operating system? An operating system is the most important program that is first loaded on a computer when you switch on the system. It is a program that acts as an interface between the software and the computer hardware. It is a specialized set of programs to manage the overall functioning of a computer and its resources. I have given you a real-time example of operating system also. I will repeat the example again, in which I told you that suppose you are having a car and we are not hiring any driver, and also anyone in our home don't know how to drive the car, so the car will be useless because it will remain standing at a particular place. It is of no use. Similarly, suppose we have purchased a computer system or a laptop and we have not installed any operating system in the car, so in that case what will happen? The system or the laptop will be of no use because we are not able to operate it. So operating system is the basically it's a program that allows the computer to work on it. It is a main program or a main software on operating system. Whenever we open or whenever we switch on our computer, the first screen that is visible is Windows. That Windows is operating system because it is responsible for the graphics that can be easily visible on the computer system. Some common examples of operating system are Windows, Macintosh, Linux and Unix. Objectives of operating system: to manage and share the hardware, the software resources of a computer system, to provide an interface to the users to communicate with computer system, to send messages to each application or interactive user about the status of the operation and any errors that may have occurred, to be responsible for security, ensuring that an authorized user does not access the system. Components of operating system: to perform the above mentioned task, the operating system has two components: shell handles the interaction with users and kernel handles the interactions with the hardware. First of all, we will discuss shell. An interface to the operating system is called a shell. It is the outermost layer of the operating system and manages the interaction between you and operating system. You can see the diagram adjacent to the shell, prompting you for the output, interpreting that output for the operating system, handling the resulting output for the operating system. A shell provides a way for you to communicate with the operating system. The either interactively input from the keyboard is acted upon immediately, or a shell script. A shell script is a sequence of system commands that are stored in a file. Kernel is the core component of an operating system which acts as an interface between applications and the data processing being performed at the hardware level. When an operating system is loaded into memory, the kernel loads first and remains in memory until the computer system is shut down. The kernel provides and manages the computer resources and allows other programs to run and use these resources. The kernel also sets up the memory address space for applications, loads the files with application code into memory, and set up the execution stack for programs. The kernel is responsible for performing the following tasks: input-output management, memory management, process management, device management, and system calls control. Earlier, all the basic system services like process and memory management, interrupt handling, etc. were packaged into a single module in the kernel space. This type of kernel was called as monolithic kernel. In a modern day approach to monolithic architecture, we have microkernel, which contains different modules and which can be dynamically loaded and unloaded. Now, what is the need for an operating system? How many of you have playing the real-time strategy games on a computer? Sony PlayStation or Xbox? I guess almost everyone. If you have tried hands on these fancy gadgets, the game board, joystick, remotes, monitor and disc holder all fall in the category of hardware. The game is characteristic, the sound and animation effects fall in the category of software. Have you ever wondered how the hardware components interact with the software components? At this point of time, the need for an operating system is realized. Hardware is nothing but a well-crafted and beautified engineered machinery. You need an interface which fills the communication gap between a hardware and a user. An operating system encompasses all the operations like what to do, when to do, and how to do. What to do: to perform a set of moves for the game character. When to do: when the required buttons are pressed in correct sequence. And how to do: through paper communication with application software and instructing it about the correct motion of the player as seen on the screen. So that means all type of games that are playing on a desktop or a computer, like all the live games like Temple Run and all, these games, how how the person will run in a Temple Run, how it will go to right, how the move it will go to left, and how it will jump. These all activities are controlled by an operating system. Now let's discuss functions of operating system. Processor management, memory management, device management, file management, security, error detection, and job scheduling. These are all the functions of operating system. Processor management: an operating system manages the working of processor by allocating various jobs to it. Memory management: an operating system manages the sharing of internal memory among multiple applications. Device management: an operating system controls the working of all input and output devices. File management: an operating system keeps tracks of information regarding creation, deletion, transfer, copy, and storage of files in an organized way. Security: the operating system provides various techniques which ensures the integrity and confidentiality of a user's data. Following are the security measures which are used to protect the user's data from threats and intrusion. Protection against unauthorized access, protection against intrusion by keeping the firewall active, protection against malicious access, and displaying messages related to system vulnerability. That means every kind of logging and passwords, or the password that we are creating in a computer or in a mobile phone, they all are controlled by operating system in the form of security. Error detection: from time to time the operating system checks the system for any kind of internal threat or malicious software activity. Job scheduling: in multitasking operating system where multiple programs run at the same time, operating system determines which application should run in which order and how much time should be allocated for each application to run. Now let us discuss the types of operating system. In the past 3 decades, computers have been a giant stride towards excellence and higher performance. Let us learn the different types of operating systems. Single user operating system, graphical user interface, multi-user operating system, multitasking operating system, multi-threading operating system, RTOS, real-time operating system, and distributed operating system are the types of operating systems. Single user operating system was the initial version of operating system when the concept of multi-threading and multi-users were yet to be exploited properly. These operating systems could support only one user at a time. For example, Windows 95, MS-DOS. Graphical user interface: the operating system is a graphic based and interactive in nature. This GUI we have discussed in the previous chapter also. Some of the examples of GUI are Windows 98, Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8. So this type of operating system we are using nowadays. Multi-user operating system allows more than one user to use the same computer at the same time. Multitasking operating system: the ability to perform more than one task at a single instant of time is called multitasking operating system, which is capable of doing multiple tasks or executing processes while using common processing resources like a CPU is called a multitasking operating system. For example, Unix, Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, 8.1, and Windows 10. Multi-threading operating system: these are operating systems which allow different parts of an application or a program to run simultaneously. For example, Windows XP, Unix, and Linux. Real-time operating system: RTOS is designed to handle real-time scenarios and problems. Such operating system have the capability to prioritize the resources, minimize an execution time, and work independently with no interdependency. Distributed operating system: distributed operating system run on computers which are located in different geographical areas, interconnected through a network. It controls these interconnected systems and make them appear to be a single computer. So these are all the types of operating systems. You just have a look on these operating systems yourself. Now let's discuss some commonly used operating systems: Windows, Linux, Solaris, and BOS. These are some commonly used operating systems on computers or on desktop. Windows is an operating system that acts as the interface between the user and the computer. The first version of Windows operating system was Windows 95. The next is Windows 98, Windows 2000, and so on. Unix is a very powerful operating system which is a wide spectrum of powerful features. It was developed in 1969 by a group of AT&T employees at Bell Labs, and since it is under constant development. Unix operating system was initially developed in assembly language. Linux. Linux is a high performance yet completely free Unix like operating system which is suitable for a use on a wide range of computers and other products. Most of its versions like Fedora Core, Ubuntu, etc. Linux is very stable as compared to Windows. In Linux, every single application is independent of each other and is free of cost. Solaris operating system is a part of Unix OS family. This operating system was originally developed by Sun Microsystems in 1992. Presently, it is known as Oracle Solaris since Oracle Corporation overtook Sun in January 2010. And the last one is BOS operating system. This is Bharat Operating System Solutions. Is a GNU Linux distribution development by CDAC Chennai in order to benefit the usage of free open source software throughout India. BOSS GNU Linux is a key deliverable of NRC FOSS, National Resource Center for Free Open Source Software. BOSS is customized for the ease of use in educational domains, school and colleges, and variants and are available to suit enterprise users. Server edition. Now let's discuss mobile operating system. These operating systems are only work on mobiles. So let's discuss Android operating system or OS. Android is the world's most popular mobile operating system. It is an open source Linux based platform initially developed by Android Inc. in October 2003 and later on purchased by Google in 2005. The green robot is the logo for the Android operating system. The mostly phones that we are using is Android based. That means in our mobile phone, the operating system that we are using is Android. That's why we call it as Android phone. Android powers some of the best handset and tablet manufacturers in the world like Samsung, HTC, Motorola, Sony, Asus, and many more. Symbian operating system. Symbian is a mobile operating system which is specially created for smartphones. Symbian was originally developed by Symbian Limited and is currently maintained by Accenture. Input output system iOS. iOS is a mobile operating system developed by Apple. It is the world's most advanced mobile operating system. It was originally released in 2007. Apple makes both the hardware and operating system for its devices which run in an iOS. Last is Windows mobile operating system. Windows mobile operating system is a mobile operating system developed by Microsoft for smartphones and mobile devices based on Windows CE kernel. It is designed to look and operate similar to desktop versions. Some of the Windows mobile operating system: Nokia Lumia 920. Have you seen this phone, Nokia Lumia 920? Samsung ATVs and Windows iPhone 8C by HTC. They all are Windows mobile operating system based phones. Smartphones with touchscreen are supported with Windows Mobile Professional version. Microsoft will stop provide support and updates for Windows 10 Mobile by the end of 2019. So this is all about chapter number 4. Soon I will provide you with the notes of these chapter. Till then, you just go through the chapter yourself. Stay safe and goodbye.